Hey everyone, we're going to talk about some groups today and how we can make certain activities and things visible to certain groups in your course shell. So I'm going to add an activity or an assignment and walk you through the process, and then we'll see what it looks like. So I'll just call this one test, and if you fill it out however, you set up your activity or assignment like normal, but when you come down here to the restrict access section, this is where you can restrict this certain activity to a group, so only a certain group gets to see it. This only works if you already have groups set up already. I have a tutorial about that in another video. If you need help with that, you can watch that video. But for here, you'll just click add restriction and then select group. And then you would select the group that you're wanting your students to see. If they're in the test group, then they can see this assignment. If they must not match it, then everybody but this group can see the assignment. And so if I click this button right over here, it will hide this entire assignment from everyone else. So anyone in any other group will not be able to see that this assignment actually exists. If I don't click that, they'll still be able to see it, but they won't be able to click on it. So I'll show you what that looks like in just a sec. So I'll click save. So we can see down here, I've already done a couple of them. And so for this assignment, it's not available unless you belong to this group called SON. But then it's hidden otherwise. So this is the one that I checked the eye, and I had the line go through the eye. And so this one is going to be hidden to anyone except those in the SON group. This one, I have it hidden, or I have it in a group, so only if you belong to this GSOE group, you can see it, but if I'm in any other group, then I can still see this. And the same thing for here. So if I'm in SON, I can see it. If I'm in any other group, I can still see it. I just can't click on it. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. I'm going to switch my role to a student. And so my group that I am in currently is the GSOE group. And so I can see this section, this activity, this one was the one that was available to me at the GSOE group. We can see that I don't even see the other one that was available, that it was hidden. And then I can see this one that was the SON, but it wasn't the hidden otherwise. So I can't see the one that we had marked the eye out with a slash, but I can see the one that we didn't mark that. I just can't click on it. And then this one is mine. So depending on how you want your activity set up for your students, will depend on if you want it to show to them or not. Okay, I'm going to return to my normal role. And then in the activity section, there is another layer that you can add that makes it visible with students. And this is just for the assignments, actually. So if you scroll down under group submission settings, so if you want only the certain students to submit in groups, then you would click yes. And then you would require all of your groups to make a submission. And then anyone who's not in a group, then obviously they couldn't make a submission. This one is grayed out, and that is because we need this one up here to be selected as yes. So this section, this one right here, is that it's going to require all of the group members to submit. So if you have a group project and each member in the group has a certain section of the project that you're wanting them to submit in Moodle, then this is when you would use this. So if you click the yes button here, then this will turn available to click yes as well. So what this does is this button up here says the students will have to click the submit. They will have to click the submit button after uploading it. And once they've clicked that submit button, then it will be submitted. But because they are all in the same group, it's not going to count the assignment as solely submitted until every single group member in that group has been submitted. So that's what these settings mean, is if you have this click yes and this click yes, then it's going to require students to click submit, and then it's not going to tell you, or your project isn't going to be totally submitted until every single person in that group has submitted. So again, this is only necessary if you have a project where you're requiring all of your students to submit each individual piece of the group work. If not, then if you just only care about one submission per group, then just leave it like this. And then this is not important. This is a little bit more detailed into it, which we can go over later. That for our purpose today, we'll just kind of stick with this. So then I would click save and return. And that is how that is set up in Moodle. And again, it depends on how you want your course to be set up, and depending on how you have these settings figured out. All right, thank you so much.